low. Another night at the bar, cause I just can't deal with it.
Low is probably my favorite song on the album.
Tom came to us with the demo for Low, and I thought it was amazing.
I was appreciative of the rawness that Tom was approaching the song with. I felt like he was exposing himself to the audience a little bit, and I like when writers do that, so I like that element of the song.
That's probably one of the darker songs I've ever written. Just kind of being vulnerable about just kind of feeling like shit sometimes and not being afraid to put it out there. A lot of the songs came a long way from demo form to the album form. And that one was one of the most interesting, like probably one of the most drastically different.
It came together in a really interesting way. We didn't really know where it would go from there, a B section, so to speak, or whatever, a chorus, I guess.
The demo, I had it in like a major key. It was just a little bit more like indie rock sounding.
Yeah.
And everybody loved the song, but it was like, man, let's just mess around with it. And we ended up putting it into this minor key, and it just instantly was like, whoa, okay, that's way cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tom went into the back room of the studio. We were in the control room, and you had something going on. And you came back like 15 minutes later, and you had an idea. You're like, can I just throw something down? And, you just went in there and you sang it. And I remember I was sitting there with Squire, and I don't remember who else was in the room, but it was kind of an immediate thing. Like, that one.
I think that take is actually what's on the album.
Right, because
like, me
it's
just laying it down to show you guys.
Yeah.
That's what's
because it's such a aggressively sung part. Like you kind of blow out your voice a little bit. It was perfectly like raspy that first time, right? So it was like a one-take wonder.
Like you had said, the chorus wasn't in this new form. It wasn't hitting hard. So I kind of ran and just kind of came up with something real quick, and you guys all loved it.
And that informed the rest of the music. Yeah.
Every single tune that we have on this record was a lot of fun to work on in the studio with Matt Squire. His work is kind of all over the place. You could hear all the little bells and whistles that he's added to that song.
Some people came back from going home to see kids, I think, and stuff, and heard the new version with the new chorus and everything, and that's when the song kind of started growing.
A lot of the tone for the drums in that song came by us just kind of like experimenting with different tones and snares in the studio, and like there was a snare sitting in the corner that no one had touched. Like, well, let's put that on. And we mic'd it up like kind of in a different way, and it just wound up like being on 3 or 4 songs on the album. But this was the first one that we started on.
There's just a kind of a nastiness to the recording. The guitar parts are really cool, especially some of the stuff that Dave came up with.
It's a cool high kind of plucky part in the bridge that laid down on the bass guitar. You wouldn't even know it was a bass if you heard it. It's like way up on the neck.
Tondo threw in some guitar parts I did, Tim did. It was really nice. It was one of the more kind of rock songs on the album.
It might be one of the songs that I have the least input on the record. So if you don't like that song, it's because I was not involved.